Hey BookTube, it's Greg from Coffee/Books. Today I just wanted to film a video to talk about Isabel Allende's Maya's Notebook. This was a book that I had bought and read back in the wintertime. I've been meaning to make a video about it, just to kind of just give a brief overview and my thoughts about it. The reason why I'm doing it is because, like I've said before, I'm getting ready to move internationally again, and all of my books are going to be left behind or donated or something. So this, I think, is one of the last books I want to talk about for my pile, and actually film it when I have it in my possession. So, many of you may be familiar with Isabel Allende. She's a pretty accomplished writer, that's for sure. Most of everything I've read by her was originally in Spanish. Everything was required in my Spanish bachelor's program. I remember having to read a lot about her and take various courses about like Latin American writers. But sad to say, I didn't remember much about it. This one I know I did not read, and it was a bookstore find. I was just at the bookstore here and looking in the English section, and I picked it up, and I read the back of the cover, which I'll read, and I thought it was really interesting. So Maya is an alcoholic, an addict, and seriously mixed up with a criminal gang. Raised in California by her no-nonsense grandmother Nini, somehow Maya lost her way. Now hunted by the police and her old associates, Maya flees to the island of Chiloé off the coast of Chile. There, safe for a while, Maya can begin to heal. But can she ever learn to live with the scars of her past? So when I first read this in the bookstore, I kind of was like, it seems like a teenage girl kind of struggle type book. But I was pleasantly surprised. I really liked it. Basically, Maya is an 18 or 19-year-old girl who fell into the wrong crowd in Berkeley, California. Even though she comes from a good family, her father's a pilot, and I think her mother had passed away a long time ago. So she's kind of just like typical troubled teen. But then she got heavy into drugs and kind of prostitution and all this kind of stuff. And then I think she witnessed a crime, or she was part of a drug deal scheme with her boyfriend, and so she was sent to Chile by her grandmother, who's kind of like a rambunctious little old Chilean woman who is kind of like a very progressive, liberal, open-minded grandmother, like more hippie. I mean, it is Berkeley, California, so there's a lot of hippie stuff in here. So she sends her to her old village down somewhere off the coast of Chile. It's like a very, very small island, very small population, so of course her life goes upside down by going down there. Totally different from her life in Berkeley, California, and what she was living with. And she stays with her grandmother's old friend, Manuel, who we find out to be someone different that's connected to her past. And it's about her basically just living her life there, and thinking about, and she's writing all about her past as a way of kind of, not, what's the word? Reconciling with it, or maybe it's a way for her to face it and challenge herself. So it's written very well. I will say my favorite part about this was Isabel Allende talks a lot about like the Chilean mysticism and the local customs and culture. A lot of the things that have to do with the local nature, history of the different islands and the forests and the canoes and all that stuff. So it was very interesting to learn about that. I think it was incorporated very well into the storyline. I'm not much for a kind of like teenage drama drug storyline. I grew up with this kind of life around me sometimes, so I don't want to always read about it because I've been there, done that, and So, but I thought it was amazing, and I will say also that in the way the novel is written, it's backflashes between what she was going through that led up to her needing to flee the country and her current life in Chile. So it's a lot of back and forth, which normally I'm against because I don't know, I just find that annoying and hard to follow sometimes. But the way this is written, it's really easy to follow. So I highly recommend this. I will say also, I've said that a couple times now, this is a book that I would actually consider rereading. And normally when it comes to fiction, I don't like to reread things unless it's like a super classic or it's something for university or academia where you need to reread it in order to research or make a point or something like that. But this story was so beautifully written that I would consider just rereading it, just to kind of go through all the emotions and things that she experiences with her again. Even though it's totally not what my life is like, but I would reread it just for those connections to the Chilean nature. I thought that was so interesting. So, other than that, currently I'm reading, and I'm almost done, Priest Daddy. Let's see if you can see it. A memoir by Patricia Lockwood. And I think I saw someone on BookTube read this or recommend it, or someone's Instagram, because I totally forgot about it on my online library with my state. Apparently months ago, because it came out last year, I put a hold on it, and I got an email notification the other day saying, your hold's available and it's automatically been downloaded to your device, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what is this? I don't even remember reserving it. That's how long ago it was. And it's really funny, and I didn't think it was going to be funny. I don't know who Patricia Lockwood is. I think she's like a writer, obviously. But I mean, okay, she's a more known writer. And she's really funny. It's about how she grew up, so her dad became a Catholic priest after he was married and had children. So it's about her life growing up with a Catholic priest and living within the church and all these kind of things, and her kind of breaking out when she was a late teenager and starting like a total hippie life away from the church. And it's about the adventures with her mom, who's kind of crazy but lovable, and her dad, who's definitely crazy, and the relationship with her siblings. So I'm almost done reading this. It's really funny. I recommend it. It's an easy read. For some reason, I think when I read the summary of it when I was going to first download it, I thought it was going to be like a more serious book. I just didn't read it all the way through, I guess. But it's funny. I've laughed out loud a couple times. So it's kind of a nice light read. Other than that, I need to only read eBooks now because of my move over the next few weeks. I don't know where I'm going. I don't have a place to live yet. So books are not able to be purchased and accumulated because I'll have nowhere to put them. So, unfortunately, I have to revert to my e-reader. So if you have any recommendations for new ebooks that have come out that you can recommend, I would definitely appreciate it. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day wherever you are. Bye.